Right. Excuse me. Let's see if this is actually working. Hopefully, if there's anyone out there, they can actually hear what I'm saying. But, early days again. Only really my second attempt at this. So we'll see how it goes. And hopefully, there may even be a musical interlude as well. So, I'd like to welcome you all to another Magpie Stories live stream. I am going to attempt to plan a story, really. Not sure how it's going to go, but we shall endeavour to try our best. So, without further ado, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Hopefully, if all two of you watch this, it may be useful for you. So, always try and find a blank page of videos. Let's see what's in this one. I haven't used this notebook for a while, so... Interesting. Okay. Gosh, this is an old one that I've not come to before. Huh. Right. Okay. So, I released a video earlier in the week that did reasonably well for my channel, which was a series of 250 word short stories. So what I'm going to endeavour to do is plan, create, draft one entire story somewhere of a minimum of 250 words. Now, the issue that I've got is I've got a few stories rattling around inside the old noodle. So what I want to do is try and create something hopefully relatively interesting. I'm sorry about all the pauses, I'm just trying to get my head around using all this equipment properly. So I do that very British thing of apologising. So planning a story. Well, I think I have got a slight premise here, and that I want the antagonist and protagonist to be linked. Well, to be linked primarily through experience. I want to try and get that change from the beginning to the end. I really want to see that vault, I want to see that change. So I want to see something horrifying, subtle, and I think that is the real challenge. So I've almost got an idea where, I think I want something narrated from a first person point of view. And I want it slowly to change in tone. Maybe have something at the start. You can be a real monster. I think that's going to be critical, and that can come back at the end to where they have changed. Is it going to be something that they take? Something that they do? I'm not sure. Okay, so if I was going to put a line from this, what would I put? You can be a real monster, or something a bit less cliche. It was an off-the-cuff comment. So what we could also have is, I don't know what you guys think, we could have, yeah, I'll tell you what we could have. We could have somebody discovering this. Okay. So in terms of how we get antagonist to protagonist, do we want this framed from, I mean, last time I've done it through a book, maybe through some kind of video perhaps? Oh, I know, somebody reading a warning. I think that might work. So reading a warning. I'll tell you what I do need is, if we are going to go through with that, perhaps what could we use? So we could perhaps have a look at building tension through dramatic irony. So what are our characters going to be? This is something that I'm adopting now. I've not done it before, so we're going to have our main antagonist. Going to make them male. Why not? Somewhere 40-ish. Bit bored of their life. Because I've started to discover that when I'm writing characters, if I can work out their motivation, it makes it a little bit easier for me. Bored of their life, wanting a bit change, and that'll be the irony there. Gonna have the antagonist, protagonist. So the antagonist slash monster slash thing, unknown. Perhaps comes to them in a dream. Ah, a dream. That's what we want. That's a bit of an old-fashioned way of thinking, but I quite like the idea of using dreams. I'm going to have a dream. It's going to be a sequence. Okay, something of a real adaptability. And it's going to be surreal. And then we're going to have children. They're going to be a danger, or they're going to be in danger rather. Let's not name them. Just know that they are young and helpless. Don't worry. Nothing too terrible is going to happen. Perhaps, I don't know. So, if we've got all that going on, I'm so sorry if you heard me gargling away there, so we've got our guy, 40-ish. Okay, the dream is going to be repeated. So, we could have almost... Just trying to think how to kick this off, to be honest with you. We could almost have what can we have? Okay. So, alright, I've got it. And bear in mind, this is a first draft, so this is unusual for me because I normally don't write out loud while thinking about what's on camera, while thinking about what I'm saying, so if I sound like an absolute lunatic, I do apologise. So, he tossed, he turned, he sweated, he couldn't know, but his heart was ringed, but his heart dangerously. Let's see what we're going to call this guy. Let's just put... I'm going to swap A for now, because I genuinely am a bit stumped for a name. Anybody got any thoughts? Let me know. 40-year-old bloke, a little bit out of shape, not really happy with life, probably a bit bored with everything. So I was racing dangerously. He'd been here many times. Over the course of many evenings. But, as with so many, in this situation, they never remembered. So I'm just curious, any of you ever had recurring dreams, anything like that, you know, those ones that really freak you out but you can't remember what happens at the beginning or the end. I tend to get that in the middle, you know, just me thinking, oh god, what's this, and not quite recalling how I've got into this particular situation. So that's kind of the thing that I'm going for. I'm just conscious that if I do read this aloud, I'm going to end up narrating the thing, which I kind of want to do in a couple of weeks' time, so I just need to think about it. Now, I don't know about your thought process, but mine certainly do get quite badly affected. Not badly affected, but they sort of run rampant, and certainly I've found with first drafts and planning, they can be very different to the final piece that I humbly produce. So I need to think, what's scary in a dream? It's darkness and silence. But don't know about you, but being watched, maybe. Oh, how about half a message? A half written message. Didn't understand. A warning of some kind. What do we put on a warning? A warning of some kind. By the way, if anybody is watching, and I think a couple of you are, if any of you do want to ask me any questions about anything, please do absolutely feel free. Let me just check this is working. Do forgive me. One thing, I promise you'll have my complete undivided attention all week. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to get a little bit of motivation, a little bit of an idea. So, it's going to get shaken awake. Now I need to develop this build, so let's go for stage 1 then. Let's start from first principles again. So we've got that dream sequence. And it is going to provide a warning of something. So we know that that might be something written. And we know that by the end of it, it's kind of changed. And what I like the idea of is that when he wakes, you can almost imagine something slipping away. Some kind of predatory figure. Now, I think what would be good is to have that creature return in the form of a dream. And then he can go some kind of paranoia. And to be desperate to catch it. So I'm going to find things. I think perhaps a running theme in various places of it a few times. So we could have. I'll tell you what we could have. We could have children being scared. I actually want to see some kind of degeneration into this thing. I think that would be interesting. So, just trying to think. Sure, there is some kind of creature. Just a little creature box here that could do that. Almost like, I imagine something like a Wendigo, but that feeds on dreams until it's strong enough to possess and then eat flesh. I think that could definitely work. So, let's develop that. Now, just thinking about this. What you could have. Okay, let's think about it. Gets bigger. So let's imagine that we've completed the dream sequence. Something has started him awake. So, what could have started him awake? I know. The tap of a nail on wood drove into. Hang on, if he's going to be the first one that this happened to, Adam makes sense, doesn't it? Adam's mind reaching in plucking him into consciousness. And ironically, forgetfulness? No, that would be a better word. Better word than forgetfulness. Oh, amnesia. From the subconscious. Now this is where I tend to make slight mistakes, so that's how Adam's been woken up into the world. If I actually thinking, let's make sure that we know he's called Adam. It could be our modern Prometheus. Describe this monstrosity. Yeah, let's do that. So I've almost got this image of... Yeah, I've got this image of Adam staying almost frozen rigid to the bed, and then sort of skeletal chitterings and chatterings. Okay, let's have a think. So... Okay, I don't need to describe Adam, it's the monster. I want to catch a glimpse of it. So, he didn't notice. He didn't notice it. The long, slender figures. And by, of course, figures, I mean fingers. Long, slender fingers that were not those of a man withdrawing under the impossibly narrow gap of the bed. They moved cautiously at first. Before vanishing into the eternal gloom. If he had, he would have panicked. They were unnatural, clawing, reaching things. Dangerous things that surged, even in retreat. On a close inspection, the pale, flaccid skin barely concealed old bone and sinew, So, what do we want? What are they going to sound like? Careful listening. Would hear a clacking of anticipation. Okay, well, I know this one has been a little freeform. I think I'm going to leave it there and hopefully have a slightly better plan for the next live stream should I do one, but I think I'm going to try one a couple of times a month. So I guess all that remains for me to say is thank you for listening to Magpie Stories. If you enjoyed this video, please, what is it we traditionally say? Like, subscribe and leave a comment. You'll hear from me again soon.